Good morning team. This time tomorrow we're heading up to the mighty Kaimanawa Range chasing Sika deer for 3 days. Now this adventure is organised through the Sika Foundation, which is organised annually, and it gives hunters like myself an opportunity to chase these special animals in the Kaimanawa Range. We'll be flying in this trip and we've got a team of 4. So the team of 4 is Nz, B, Rambo, TJ and myself, and with the flying it comes with a weight restriction of 580 kilos. So 580 kilos sounds like a lot of weight, but when you break it down it's 145 kegs each. So what we need to do is I'll weigh myself, get my body weight, then I'll pack up my gear as what I want to take and weigh that pack and see where we're at. And then TJ's going to come around later on and we're going to try and split our load. We're going to share the cooking gear and some other stuff that we can just to cut back on their weight. Even contemplated sleeping in the same tent, but don't think that's going to happen if I want any sleep. So I'll get into it, get it away in, and then we'll catch up with TJ, and then we'll head on in there. I rangi, I papa, e te whānau atua, whakatoria, tō koutou, whanakitanga, ki roto, I tēnei mahi, o mātou. Well team, we've just arrived in Turangi. She's a bit fresh up here. Bit of a cruisy drive up. It was clag at the start, which was a little bit concerning, but then we got through to the desert road and it sort of opened up. Full moon, so we had a bright night, good cruisy drive, and we got almost here, and AB forgot his chili bin. It's actually still in fielding, so I'm just going to grab some last minute stores. We're going to have some BK, but unfortunately it's closed. So we're not far from the car park. We'll head on in there, jump on the chopper and get a ride in. Well team, the Eagle has landed. Just landed, offloaded some of our gear into the hut. The game plan is to head up to the top of the hill and fly camp tonight and see what happens this afternoon and tomorrow morning, and then assess the situation, and we've got a backup plan as well. So we'll get the packs on and head on up the hill. Well team, we just got up, not to the top, but just on a nice saddle, nice little flat area. We're just thinking about setting up camp here and using it as a base, and moving off to the hunting spots after this. AB's just going to go further up and have a check out. There's a good little grind up the hill. We made it up here. It's time to get the old packs off, hydrate and set up camp. Well team, just set up the old camp. Got the Eno fly camp, got the old Domex XT Plus, the OR bivy bag and the Thermarest air mattress. Just going to get the packs on, start making our way up the hill and see if we can spot us a deer. Well team, we're just cutting across this side of this maunga, TJ and Rambo, and head up along the ridge around the other side. Once we get into position, we'll get the comms going, make contact and keep in touch. Well team, I just got into a good position where I can watch 2 faces. Just going to range check here, and if it's within shooting distance, I'll get the gear up set up and see what happens. Well team, I just got in position. A bit more closer. I was looked at that first one, it was 800 yards. So I decided to close the gap, give me a bit more shooting options. Found the spot. Just going to set up the rifle, get the cameras out and start glassing.
Kia ora whānau, we've split up, we're team right, our team left. We're literally going to set up here for dark and hopefully we might see something. But can't see them from the couch. Yeah, it's there, it's me.
Well team, interesting turn of events. I was glassing those two faces I planned to glass, and I just come around the corner to have a quick glass and I spotted a hind just coming up to a saddle, so I boosted back to the gun, boosted back to the camera, turned the camera on, got the deer on a nice angle. I was just about to squeeze off and she turned away, tracked it and she went into the shadows, so thought they had a missed opportunity there. Feeling a little bit bummed, but well, that happens. And just kept on glassing around and blow me down. The hind popped out again with a spiker. Bit of a rookie move because I didn't realign the camera, which means you can only just see on the side of the edge of the camera where the animal got sacked. And blow me down, after I sacked this animal, the old stag run up onto the brow, so this was another opportunity I wasn't going to miss. So I took the opportunity to take that shot as well. Unfortunately it wasn't in the camera shot, but was fairly confident at that stage that I hit the animal as well. Yeah, I've got that one. And she just holds.
Did you hit her? She's still there. She's still there. Top of the... She's down. Right in the shoulder.
So I had a crack at the hind at 610 yards. And pretty confident with the hit, and then a spiker popped up too, so I had a crack at him too. So I don't know, fingers crossed. There's two deer over there. It's a bit of a haul over there. I'm not too sure whether we'll go over there tonight or tomorrow morning. I'll come up with a game plan. Team, the game plan is we're going to boost up to the high point just up there. Check our time. It's probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours down that other side, down the ridge to those deer. We'll get up there and see what our time's like, and we'll make a plan. Well team, just grinding up the hill's pretty steep. Our legs are getting a workout, the lungs are getting a workout as well. And the old gravy's starting to come out. Shot from down that knob down there, and the deer down on the far ridge over there. The only downside is we've got to go up around that ridge to their side and drop down that ridge to get to that deer, and the old sun's dropping on us. We'll get up here. I'm starting to think we'll recover in the morning. We'll get up there and make a plan. Try and get radio contact with his other two. Top, and we've come to the game plan of recovery in the morning. Just thinking down over here can be a bit gnarly. New country in the dark, loose terrain. So we're going to go down on the lights and play it safe. And yeah, come up in the morning, have a bit of a shoot. We'll have a bit of glass, see what we can see. Then I'll boost down there and recover those deer, hopefully. Me. Well team, a quick relocation on the other side of the saddle. The old tarp set up, we'll get old TJ set up as well, then we'll get into some dinner. She's going to be a cold night. Well team, we just set up camp, just going to indulge in some tucker. Tonight I'm going to have the old backcountry cottage pie, and TJ is going to have chicken carbonara, and old brother Rich is having fish pie. Well team, chowed down on that dinner. It was the fastest record time ever. I think I waited about 5 minutes for it to cook. It took me about 2 minutes to chow it down. Got a full moon in the background there. She's ice cold. The fly's getting a bit of ice on. It's going to be a cold night, so I'm going to snuggle up in my Dome XXT Plus and keep nice and warm. Me.
Well, morning team. What a night. What an interesting night that was. I got up at 11:30 thinking it was around 7 o'clock because there was so much light outside. Turned out it was just the old moonlight. And then jumped back into bed, and around 2 AM it started to rain. Got a little bit windy. And yeah, and just looking outside the old fly, and there's a bit of claggad hanging around. Just going on 5 o'clock, so I'm going to get up and have a brew, sort out this mess, get some gear on. I'm not too sure about tracking their deer because the rain would have washed the blood around, so hopefully, fingers crossed, they're not too far from point of impact. We'll see what happens.
Well team, we're halfway through packing our gear and my fingers are frozen. The old tarts are frozen, struggling to get in the bag, so we're going to have another coffee, warm those fingers up and continue packing. Still quite early, but it's taking its time. Well team, we're off. Just going to go up to the top of the knob here, pick up Brother Rich and make our way round to the other side. Hopefully we'll pick up a deer on daybreak. Well team, we've been glassing for a good couple of hours now. The sun is definitely up. Still pretty cold up here, haven't spotted any deer. Would have thought they would have come out to do a bit of sunning, but no such luck yet. Probably glass for about another half an hour and we'll go down and try and find those deer from yesterday. Well team, just enjoying that sun, having a bit of a snack before we go do a recovery. Checked out old TJ's water bottle and that's frozen and I've got ice on my pack. Just using these packs from SL Outdoors. Pretty good for pack organisation. You get a variety of sizes. Check them out on Instagram and you can get a set. SL Outdoors, so I've been using them. It's great for my pack management. Well team, we've located one already, one down, one to go. Well team, we've located the two stags. One was stacked on the spot, the other one ran about 10-15 meters, so it wasn't too far. Shot from that sort of nipple up there is 615 yards away with a negative 18 degrees angle. Pretty happy with that, executed the plan and it paid off, so stoked. So we'll bone out the meat, make our way back up to the top, back to the camp, down to the hut, ready for an afternoon hunt. Mean. Well team, we just made it to the top. She was hard yakka. 1 hour, 10 minutes, felt like 4 hours. It's going to catch our breath, get down to the rest of our gear, pack up and head back to camp. Well team, it's that time. We've had a bit of a snack, bit of a break, recharge the batteries. It's time to get the packs on and head down this hill. Well team, the Tatonka 75x3 are all packed up, loaded with meat and camping gear. Just going to take our time down this hill, nice and safe, get down to the hut, recharge the batteries and come up with a plan this afternoon. The last half an hour was a bit of a grind, a bit of a nightmare, but we made it, finally. Well team, what a relief to get that pack off. I'm guessing around sort of 40 kilos. Our shoulders are feeling it anyway. So let's get the packs off and come up with a game plan. I think TJ and Rambo are keen to do an afternoon hunt. Well team, we're executing plan C. The sun's going down, we're running out of lights. We're going to try and get around the corner and catch some faces, getting the last light. Fingers crossed, we'll see it there. Well team, no such luck. We caught a quick glimpse of one right on the bush edge, but that's about it. And that was about half an hour ago. The darkness is upon us. I'm going to head back to the hut. Hopefully Uncle's got the fire cranking and we'll have a bit of a scrub up and have a nice meal, I think, last night. When crossing streams, whānau, a place to check the water flow, check your foot placement, and if you've got a walking stick or a walking pole, use it because it provides extra safety. Kia ora. Well team, that's another day done and dusted. Good to catch up with the boys for a good meal. Get at the hay, have a good sleep, have a bit of a sleep in, and wait for our ride to come in. Mean. Morning team, just had a mean sleep. Risen to an icy cold start to the day for our last day of that. I was going to indulge in some nice cooked breakfast, had a mean sleep. Probably start packing our gear, reflect on the trip, and wait for our ride out here. Mean. Well team, that's another trip done and dusted, a good one of that. It was great catching up with Nz, Rambo and TJ. A trip full of adventure. Thanks to New Zealand's leading brands getting me into the hill and out of the hill, not only with comfort but with safety as well. And I'll look forward to seeing you on the next adventure.
Well team, another successful trip. Good to catch up again with my old mates Rambo, TJ and Gav. Yeah, she's been a cold one, but we got through in the end. I'd just like to thank our sponsors, Stony Creek, Bushbuck and on Main Street. Cheer.
Well team, there was another epic adventure up on the hills. It was me catching up with the bro Gav, TJ and Nz. She was a cold night up on the tops, good experience for me, but no, it was awesome. I look forward to the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'd like to thank my sponsors. I actually don't even have any, so yeah, hit up NZ Rambo on Instagram if you want to give me some gears. Thanks.
Oh, well whānau, this is the end of the adventure. It was an epic one from to the top of the Kaimanawas and down. I would like to thank Uncle AB and Gav Boo Boo, and nothing but the best, the old Rambo, he's the man. And for our good hunting sponsors, what's this? Oh no.
Cuz,
Okay.
I must ask you a question.
Go on then.
Oh, but I will shave it for later.
Okay.
Well team, got some warm clothes on, walking around talking to TJ, and I just looked at my watch and realised it's only 4 o'clock.
instead of 5. My watch is still on daylight saving. I haven't used it for a few months, hence the miscalculation of time. But I'll get up and put the billy on anyway. It's a bit late now.